What if my goal in teaching my children was not aimed at sending them off to college? I know it sounds crazy, but I think that type of ideology is going to be a thing of the past pretty soon. We are aiming to send our children off to college as just a vision for our future, but is that the vision that our future is actually beholding? I'm sure many of you mamas are seeing it. You're seeing that our society and our life as we know it is changing. It's changing in an odd and I guess exciting way. I'm not entirely sure that I would agree with exciting, but in a very different fashion than we've ever seen in the whole world. So this whole AI thing is just out there, right? I mean, you can see it go on YouTube, and if you're cautious, a lot of these YouTube videos made now are made by AI. They're not even people like me and other content creators making videos. It's AI videos. So things are changing. I have done a lot of research actually recently about different things, and there is people that are up there saying, that most surgeries are going to be by robots in the next 5 to 10 years. So why would I be sending my child off to school to become one of those people? To become a doctor, to become a lawyer? Maybe that's going to be if that's what they want to do and that's what they desire to do, then that's fine. But I don't know that is the only education that's going to provide for their family. If you watch videos and see or read information and everything about AI, they are telling you jobs that are going to be the jobs that stick around. Many of these data entry jobs that many people might train to become are going to be null and void. We're not even going to have these jobs. So why am I just going to push my child to college just to be a college graduate? I don't think that should be my primary goal as a mother and a homeschool mom. I think my primary goal should be is teaching my kids the love of learning. Also, another thing is to be able to pivot at any moment, like most of us are going to have to do in the near future, pivoting from where we are and being able to be a lifelong learner. If my child is interested in plumbing or electrical, yeah, I'm going to find the resources for them to do those things. If they want to become a mechanic, I'm going to find the resources for them to do those things. I do not feel like they have to have a 4-year degree to be a worthwhile individual. I also don't think money makes you rich. It's just a tool. Money is just a tool to help us get along in life. It's not what's going to make you rich. It's not what's going to make you powerful. It's not what's going to make you loved. It's just a tool. It's just a tool that we all seem to need in order to get by. Some of us need more than others. It's just a tool. It's not the end all be all of life. If I'm a millionaire, my kids are billionaires, whatever, it really means nothing. It means nothing, especially if their life is full of emptiness. So I would much rather teach things that are going to be more fulfilling to them in life. As Americans, we are still training our children as if we're training factory workers. We're training them in a manner in order to build factory workers, in order to build people to be obedient to a master. And I'm not saying this is everywhere, but that's not how I plan on raising my kids. It's not how I plan on training my kids. I want my kids to ask questions. I want my kids to explore their likes and dislikes and to know what they want. I also know that there's more than one intelligence. It's not just, okay, we need to be intelligent as in, okay, you're a good book learner, because there's so many other people that are so intelligent in different ways. I mean, people who are excellent mechanics might not be excellent in English, okay? A surgeon may not be excellent in English. They might be, or somebody who is a contractor might not be excellent in English, but they might exceed in math, So it's really, there's so many different intelligences in this world. That's only one thing. What about emotional intelligence? Are we teaching our children how to have emotional intelligence? Are we teaching them how to think about their emotion? Nowadays, it seems like if anyone is upset about anything, it's like, oh, they're depressed, let's put you on a pill. Emotions are a natural thing that God put in us to be emotional type people. It's what we do with those emotions. It's how we work through these emotions is showing like our emotional intelligence. How are we able to work through things? If we're just like, oh, I'm so upset, I'm depressed, I'm just, whatever, I need a pill to fix me. Like maybe our emotional intelligence needs some working on. Maybe that's something that we need to be working on as well. There is crazy statistics out there of how many people are on antidepressants. And it's staggering. If you look up intelligences, there is a bunch of intelligences, but I'm just talking about a key few here. Another type of intelligence is social intelligence. So being able to see and hear people around you, to be able to recognize and think and speak. A lot of times I see a lot of people commenting on homeschoolers not being socially interactive, I guess. And I think what it is they're not, a lot of homeschoolers are actually reading like who they are in a scenario, because they have this social intelligence that they're kind of taking the whole situation in, where children who are in a environment where they're constantly expected to perform or to answer or to please other people, they need to have an immediate response, so it's just a different type, right? So for instance, in a situation, say I'm in a situation just myself and there's a room full of people, well, I might be like taking in the room full of people. I might be seeing how I should like socially respond to other people without just kind of like trying to be the star of the show, trying to be better than, try to impress, try to, put on this false persona of who I am as a person, because a lot of social circles, that's what it looks like. It's like, so Dolly, this is what I've been doing all week and yada, 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 and I'm so great. So it's not always that way. I'm not saying that it's always that way. I'm just saying like in a social setting, a lot of times that's how it is. If you see kids like on a playground, for instance, there always seems to be like the boss and the dominant one, and they kind of lead people around, and the other kids are doing different things, right? So a lot of times they'll be like a team leader. So a lot of times homeschool children actually take a moment to step back and to really think about the situation, or even think about the conversation before they respond. So if you are speaking to a homeschool student and they are being asked something like, oh, you homeschool, what grade are you in? And then the child is standing there just kind of like, I don't know. It's because they really don't know, because they're not like leveled up into a grade. Most parents aren't like, a lot of times parents will teach your child, oh, just say this. But most of the time children are like so sporadic through all different grades, because as soon as they start to learn a concept, then they just move on to a concept. You don't hold the child back into, oh, you have to stay here because you don't understand that because you've completed that and everyone else hasn't completed that yet. If they understand a concept, then they move on to the next concept. And if they don't understand a concept, then we might take a little bit more time understanding that concept. So we might take a step back and just, continue at that level for a while, and then all of a sudden, boing. We also don't take into account that, a lot of different countries really treasure play. and how much can be learned through play, we don't treasure that at all. We think of play as like goofing off. We think of downtime or free reading as kind of like not making use of your time. You need to be active, you need to be busy, you need to prove yourself, you need to be number one in sports, you need to be number one in academics. But those are only two things. There's sports and academics. There's tons of other areas of life that a child can be active in. Children with musical or artistic capabilities, a lot of times they're very thoughtful. And I think that a lot of homeschooled children also think from that perspective because they're just, we have a movie on. We are with Azariah in Boston, and so my 5-year-old is watching a movie. She's watching Charlotte's Web. So that's what you hear in the background. We don't do lots of videos, but we have kind of a small room and we're just kind of waiting for his appointment. So I thought I'd make this video while we're doing that. But I think that we just take things as like, we look at the whole picture too small. It seems like in, junior, senior year that people are asking their child like, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Where does your future look? And they haven't been able to experience anything. They've just been kind of told throughout their life like what to do. So then they're like, I just guess I'll go to college and I'll figure it out there. And many of these children are going to college to figure out what they want to do in life. So you're spending money for all those years that they're in college figuring it out, and then they settle on something and they end up going and doing that. Or you have parents that want their child to be a certain thing and they perform for their parents. They are able to, become a doctor or a lawyer or whatever is expected of them, and that's fine, and they do an okay, they do a fine job at that career because that's what they chose and that's where they decided to work. It's not wrong to say that somebody else can do it differently than that. It's not wrong to say that, somebody can actually like be part of their decision in who they want to become as they grow up. It's not wrong to be like, hey, it's not wrong to desire like, hey, I want to be a wife and a mother and maybe I'll do this on the side. That's not wrong. It's okay to decide to do that. I honestly, there are a ton of things that I really wanted to do, and I could have done whatever I wanted in my life. And I feel so blessed because I got to be a wife and a mother, as well as figuring out things that I enjoy and doing those things throughout my life. So in part of my life, I owned a small bakery, like all these little things that I just chose. Hey, I want to do this. And maybe it will only serve you for a season. Maybe it will serve you for your lifetime. But I think that I want my children to be a part of their education. I want them to understand who they are as a person inside. I want to work on character qualities as much as I want to work on like emotional intelligence, as much as I want to work on their IQ. Like there's so many, deep concepts in the human body that, physical. What about art and music intelligence, like all these different intelligences that you are, whether that part of you shines or not. Even if somebody is not IQ intelligent, they could be a very intelligent person. They could be intelligent in a totally different way that you are not. So it's just, I don't understand why we feel like we have to put like all the emphasis on an IQ intelligence versus like a whole system, whole body intelligence, or why we feel that we need to like perform or I guess perform is probably the best word, that we need to like present ourselves in a certain way in order to be liked or whatever. A lot of times people will make comments on this channel and it's like, I don't understand why you're commenting that, because it honestly doesn't really matter to me. That's not where I'm going. That's not my goals in life. If your goal in life is to have children that graduate college and that's your only goal for your child, then that's great. If you guys both agreed on it and you both wanted to You know, if your child wanted to go to college, and that's great. My children, I'm not saying that my kids won't go to college. I already have a son who has graduated with a bachelor's degree in college. People just seem to think that, you know, I don't, and that I don't agree with any of these things. I'm just saying it's not the only thing. It's not the only way to learn. It's not the only resource that I want them to do. Like, it's not like, okay, I want you to, you know, finish your school, go to college, graduate college, and become this. No, I want them to decide what they want to be and what they enjoy in their life. And maybe they want to choose to be something and then have something on the side. Maybe, you know, whatever they want to do. But I think that we just take such emphasis only on IQ intelligence versus overall intelligence, and then these children are trying to figure out in young adulthood like who they are as a person. Well, they're in college, they haven't even found themselves. I see it, you know, the kids are just so unsure of themselves, even who they are, like in their own skin. And it kind of makes me sad, honestly, in a way, to see people not confident in who they are and who, you know, God made them to be. I just want my kids to be like confident in who they are, and I feel really blessed by that, because most of my kids are really confident in who they are, and they know that God created them perfectly the way they are, and I feel blessed that most of them know and understand that. So that is my video for homeschooling today. Also, I should also mention, for some reason, even though I've mentioned it in other videos, people say, well, if you're child-led homeschooling, then you don't teach your kids and you don't use curriculum. That's entirely not true. I'm just asking my children and asking, my kids are part of their education. So sometimes that includes curriculum, especially as they get older. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes, you know, it includes, there's so many resources out there right now. There is so many, like video lessons, and you can learn so much just online. It is incredible. You can take courses online, classes online. There's so much to be learned, and it's so much cheaper than a 4-year college. Anyhow, that is my thoughts on college today. I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful day.